BOJ basically expects the inflation will go up in 2023, 24, and 2025, but they are also expecting the transformation of inflation from the current cost-push inflation to the more ideal inflation with the wage increase. And I think inflation forecast for 2023, inflation forecast for this year will be revised upward in the next outlook report. But it's not because of the wage increase, but it's because of the cost-push inflation has become more persistent and widely spread than BOJ had expected. And I think inflation, the rise of expected inflation for the next year and also for the fiscal 2025, it's still kind of a optimistic hope. And we should see consistent and persistent wage increase for the next spring negotiation and after. And we need improvement of productivity instead of, we need an improvement of productivity, labor productivity for the wage increase to continue after this spring.
How likely is that, though? Because Kishida-san, even in the latest economic plan, was trying to suggest that you need to see more upward pressure on wages, perhaps even more pressure being applied to corporates. But if you're not one of the top corporates and you're perhaps in the SME range, a lot of their complaints have been that there's too much pressure on them in terms of the cost base. So do you think it's likely, considering the demographic mix of who's actually employed in Japan, because it's heavily tilted towards the SMEs, that you can see another year of wage increases to get the end result that you're talking about?
Well, I think, there is a limit of effect that of the government, governments are calling for higher wages for SMEs, but the government calling has a limited effect, and it will be it might be effective shortly, but in order to have persistent wage increase, we need another reason. And I think for many Japanese SMEs, they are suffering from labor shortages that stems from decrease of population in Japan. And I think that this labor shortage, persistent labor shortage, will put upward pressure for wage increase even for SMEs. And but without improvement of labor productivity or without improvement of profitability, SMEs cannot raise their wages. So I think that probably in these 5 or 10 years, we will see a consistent wage increase, but only SMEs that can pay those higher wages will survive, I think.